What is minimalism? I don't know. I started a series on getting rid of stuff and minimalism, and I don't even know what it means. Minimalism, minimal, minimax. Okay, so I guess it's not in here. I suppose it's just the ism of minimal. Smallest in amount or degree, least possible. Let's try Google. This is a concept that's been popular for so long that some of the most attractive, influential creators in the field are saying it's a dying trend.
Is minimalism dead? And my answer was yes.
Yet there's not a clear definition of it online. I guess this one's pretty good. Choosing to live life with great purpose. That's from MedicineNet. The minimalists in What is Minimalism say, minimalism is a tool to rid yourself of life's excess in favor of focusing on what's important so you can find happiness, fulfillment, and freedom. Okay, that's pretty good, but I want to figure out what it means to me. So I came up with 5 possible definitions of minimalism using a brainstorm approach, and now I'm going to go through those, figure out what parts I can discard, what parts I want to keep, and then come up with one ultimate definition of minimalism with which I can rule the world, or at least more easily understand and tell people about my version of minimalism. These are my 5 possible definitions of minimalism. I'm going to break each one down. Let's start with my least favorite. Being intentional with the things you own so that you control your things instead of them controlling you. What was I even talking about? I really just don't like the way it's written. It sounds so pretentious. The mirroring is like unnecessary and confusing. But I think there is an aspect of wanting control that is part of minimalism. And I don't really feel like I'm being controlled by my things, but I do think that having too much stuff can be a barrier to doing certain things. Like, I don't want to live in a messy room, but it just ends up that way because I have a lot of stuff and I don't have dedicated spaces for it. The other part I like is the being intentional part, but it only deals with your things, and I think that there's more to minimalism than just the stuff. So the parts that I like, the being intentional part, I'm gonna circle with blue. And the part that I kind of like, the having control, I'm going to underline in orange, and I think I can discard the rest. I'm using orange and blue, obviously, because everyone knows they're the best colors. All right, another preliminary definition I don't like. A life aim of simplicity in all things. Honestly, I sound like I could have been stargazing with how high I was holding my nose when I was writing this one. Again, it sounds very pompous. Also, I feel like it more defines the minimalist art, not the minimalist lifestyle. And I don't think that simplicity is always a good thing. It sounds more like complacency. Like, the simplest thing would be for me to have kept the first job I ever had, even though I hated it, and never gone to college, and not go on vacation or try new things. Simplicity in all things sounds terrible. I do think there's an aspect of simplifying things, maybe getting rid of bad things. The other part I like is the life aim part, because it means I can be a minimalist now, not just when I get rid of 300 things or own 1 pair of underwear or paint all my walls white. So I'm going to circle that part. And honestly, I think the rest is fine to get rid of. The other 3 definitions I have I like a lot more, so let's get into the next one. Choosing to surround yourself with people, things, and ideas that support your goals. This seems good, and I think it covers a huge part of the value I see in minimalism, which is about curating a life that helps you do what you want to do. It is, however, missing the whole part about not surrounding yourself with things that make it difficult to achieve your goals. I think I'm going to circle this whole thing in blue, because I like the point about choosing what you surround yourself with, and I like the other ideas. People, things, and ideas that support your goals. Next, the concept of utilizing your time, money, and physical and mental space for the things that most align with your values. Initially, this sounds similar to the last one, but I think the word utilizing might better imply that things which negatively impact your ability to live in a way that suits your values should be avoided or eliminated. I also like the 4 resources it refers to. Time, money, physical space, and mental space are something that all of us have to some extent, and are things each of us have some level of control over. I also think they are major ways in which we interact with the world, both in the experience we receive for ourselves and the experience we provide for those around us. I also like that it talks about values, maybe even more than the concept of goals in the last definition, because I think values are more steadfast and enduring and go on to dictate what our goals are. Again, using a lot of blue marker on this one, I think I'm going to circle everything. Finally, we have living in a way that best suits you. I like this one. I think I would suggest it as life advice for anyone. It makes me think of individuality and not adhering to the status quo or being influenced by social pressures, but it's not really specific to minimalism. Maybe it's the overarching goal of minimalism, but I don't think it's the definition of minimalism. I might still keep some of it though. I'm gonna maybe underline it. I'm gonna underline the whole thing. It's all good, but it's maybe not the best. Okay, I cut them apart and made sure to keep all the blue and orange pieces. If I need the other pieces to connect it, or if I need to add some pieces, I can, but right now I'm just gonna try and kind of, I don't know, order it however, and see if I can come up with a definition. Okay, what I have so far, I mean, it doesn't really make sense, but if you adjust the tense of things. All right, so I've refined it a little bit more. If I were to read it, I'd say I have the aim of living intentionally by choosing to remove things, ideas, and people from your life that contradict your values, and controlling how you utilize your time, money, and physical and mental space to support your goals and improve yourself and your surroundings. This part up here is kind of redundant, and this part here is not great. And then down here, I'm not super fond of the wording. I like the wording in this section and in this section, but I think I'll change it up here and change it here and maybe change the end. All right, I think I've settled on a final definition. Minimalism, a noun, in my mind, is the concept of choosing to remove things, ideas, and people from your life that contradict your values and utilizing your time, money, and physical and mental space intentionally to support your goals and improve your life. All right, the final edit is here. I chose to verbify it even though I know it's a noun, but it's my definition, so there you go. And it's kind of two parts. It's the choosing to remove things from your life that contradict your values. That's kind of the thing that I think most people think about initially, the decluttering and getting rid of things, and what my last video was on. And then there's this part, which is utilizing your resources to support your goals and improve your life. And I feel like this is maybe a recursive thing, but maybe has an endpoint. And this is kind of indefinite. It's a everyday decision. And every decision, I guess, not even just once a day, but every decision kind of goes to support this. So that's my final definition. Minimalism is choosing to remove things, ideas, and people from your life that contradict your values and utilizing your time, money, and physical and mental space intentionally to support your goals and improve your life. Hi, Editor Logie here. I hesitated posting this video for a while because I know it was slower, but ultimately I liked the concept and wanted to share it before moving on to my next video. So thank you for watching all the way through. I'm not an expert in minimalism or words, so this was just a fun way to dive deeper into my own process of thinking about a single word. And if you have your own definition of minimalism you'd like to share, please put it in the comments down below. Also, if you watched my last video, you know I obliterated my promise to get rid of 300 things in 3 weeks. Oops. My next video will likely combine talking about a concept of minimalism and my process of getting rid of things. See ya.